just after lunch. I'm heading up to the farm to hopefully sight in the new rifle. It's a Bergara B14 Ridge in 308 caliber. Hopefully all going well with the subsonics today. I'll get this thing set up for bush hunting and shooting over the dog. My dog is a lab cross GSP. He's 5 months old, and I'm doing the big game indicating program with him at the moment, which is going really well. He's quite easy to train. I don't know whether that's the lab side of him or what, but so far so good. So yeah, I'm setting this thing up to take into the bush and shoot over him. Yeah, hopefully all going well with the subsonics. Should be set up and ready to go today, so we'll see how we go up the farm. Cheers. Not fresh, but mate, they've just destroyed along here. A little bit down over the side. Whoop. Out in here. Yeah. I'll keep heading up. Alright, so I've set up the target just up, don't know if you're going to see it, right over there. I'm just setting it up for 50 and then out to 100. Yeah, so this is the new rig. It's the Bergara B14 Ridge. 308 caliber. It's got a VX3 on the top and the DPT suppressor on it. So I'm going to run these Winchester 308 150 grains to obviously just to sight it in, and then hopefully move on to these subsonics, which are 185 grain, just to try and make things a bit quieter. Obviously shooting over the dog. This comes standard with an 18-inch barrel that's already threaded, so it made it quite easy to get it suppressed. Synthetic stock. Yeah, it's quite a nice gun. I hummed and hawed between this and the Tikka 308, and I've had a few Tikkas over the years, so I just decided to try something different. It's got a slightly bigger bolt handle, and just a few other things, so I thought I'd give something else a try. So yeah, right, we'll get underway, see how we go. Alright, so far pretty impressed with the gun, to be fair. Shoots nice. It's nice and manageable with the suppressor on. So yeah, we'll have a look at the board. Alright, so I did the classic old whoopsie, wound it the wrong way at the start, but brought it back down and managed to do that, and I'd say that was me pulling it and then managed that. So pretty happy with that. So what I'll do now is staple a couple more bits of paper on, and give these subsonics a try and just see what the drop is at 100 with the subsonics. Right, the subsonics are 185 grain Winchesters. I'll just grab the box. Yeah, that's the bad boys there. So I'm hoping these sort of work out alright. I'm a bit new to the subsonics, to be fair. Don't know much about them, so these are what I've been suggested to give a go. So that was that the mag bolt that I was telling you about. The bolt, sorry. It's got quite a nice big handle on it, knob on the end of it, so it just makes it easier for feeding. Yeah, so far I really like it. It's got quite a big recoil pad on the end of it, which makes it really nice to shoot, to be fair. So far I'm pretty impressed. It's yeah, it's a nice little gun. Alright, so I'll give these subsonics a crack and we'll go from there. Thought I'd just show you a little comparison between the two that I'm shooting at the moment, both Winchester. The one on the right is a 150 grain extreme point, and the one on the left is a 185 power point subsonic. Yeah, so I'm hoping that they'll do the trick for this close bush stuff that I'm hoping to get into with the dog. Righto. Right, so I'm just about to have a go with these 185 grain subsonics. Not sure how much the drop's going to be or anything like that at 100, but let's get into it. Sand flies. So it looks like it's nearly, jeepers, at 400 mil at 100 compared to those 150 grains. That's how much she's dropped. But far out, talk about no recoil, no nothing. Give it another go. Get out of it. Amazing. Right, last one. A little bit lower that time. Probably me. Alright, go have a look. Right, so that's what we've got, team. Obviously that's sighted in at 100, and that's how much the drop is with the 185 grain subsonics. Just quite a bit more than I actually thought it would be. It's a good, man almighty, yeah, 350, 400 mil drop. Yeah, I might have to have a crack at 50. Just see what it is. Hopefully I'm going to be using these subsonics majority of the time, obviously for shooting over the dog, and I need to make sure I'm happy and spot on with these things. Right, all good. Alright, so, oh yeah, typical of me. Two first ones, third one, same there. Two first ones, third one. So the bottom group there is at 100, with the black dot being sighted in with the 150 ammo, and then the next group up there is at 50 with the subsonics. So it's still quite a bit of a drop. I mean, I knew it would be. It's not a lot of powder in there. Yeah, so not too bad actually. Sort of grouping alright. Half of it's probably me. I haven't been out shooting for a while, so but that's all good. So far so good. So good result for me so far, to be fair. Yeah, right, we'll just carry on having a bit of a play and see how we go. Cool. Alright, after a bit of real evaluation on the setup and what I sort of wanted to achieve and what I want to use the gun mainly for, I've decided to sight it in at 50 with the subsonics, and then obviously have 2 in the mag of subsonics, and then the third, the 150 grain. And so I just wanted to see what that would do at 50, and I'll show you. So as you can see, that last group just around the black dot there is the subsonics at 50. Not super tight, but hey, for factory ammo for 54 bucks a box, it's not too bad. And the 2 above it are the 150 grain PowerPoints, I think they are. Yeah, so I'm pretty happy actually. There's a few not too bad groups at distances and stuff, just mucking around with 75 yards and 100 yards and whatnot, but I've decided to settle for obviously sighting it in at 50 with the subsonics, and then having a third one in the magazine as a backup in case something else is a bit further out or something like that, or all goes pear-shaped in the bush. So yeah, not a bad day out. I've got a bit of time to spare. The weather looks like it's you can see them behind me, it's just starting to spit again and come over. It's supposed to rain about 6 o'clock tonight, so it's about 3 or half past 3, so I might just go for a bit of a nudge further up the farm and just see if there's anything poking around. If not, time to head home. Alright, cheers guys. Alright, so after packing the gear all up and loading up the truck, I decided to head up a little bit before the weather turned and managed to bump into these two on the fence line. Obviously they were safe from me because they were on the other side of the fence, so I thought I'd get some filming in all the same.